Bonjour et bienvenue, je m'appelle Herman. Hello and welcome back. My name is Herman. Today's lesson is going to be about le singulier et le pluriel, the singular and the plural form of French nouns. We've already covered the topic of nouns, French nouns, and if you haven't yet watched the video, I would strongly encourage you to go back and watch that lesson before working on this one. So, le singulier et le pluriel. So let's look at a few noun phrases. By noun phrase, I mean the combination of an article here, un, une, un. These are articles. So the combination of articles and nouns is called noun phrase. Okay, so we have here noun phrases. Un arbre, des arbres. This column represents words in the singular form, and that one words in the plural form. So let's go from the singular to the plural. Un arbre, des arbres. Une tomate, des tomates. Pay attention to the ending of each noun. Un palais, des palais. Un château, des châteaux. Also look at the articles and pay attention to how they change. Again, un arbre, des arbres. Une tomate, des tomates. Un palais, des palais. Un château, des châteaux. So we have here a tree, trees. A tomato, tomatoes. A palace, palaces. A castle, castles. Un arbre, des arbres. So we're moving from the singular, from the plural. So what have you observed? Look at the words. The noun itself, arbre, in the singular form and the one in the plural form. Well, we can see that we have added an S here. Same for tomate. Now, how about palais? Do you see any changes? How about chateau? Ending in AU. Do you see any change in the plural form? So let's look at the rules of transformation here. Well, first of all, let's discuss the article that precedes the noun. We said previously in a previous lesson that the gender and the number of the article should always match the noun it precedes, right? So here we have the article un, and it is followed by arbre, a tree. Un is singular masculine. Singular masculine, a tree. Un is singular masculine, and therefore the noun that follows it should also be singular and masculine. If you place any other gender, let's say feminine, it will not work. So a singular masculine article should also take a singular masculine noun. So both number and gender should match. That's the rule here. Same thing for the plural form. We have an article in the masculine because arbre still remains masculine. So the plural form will also be masculine, but it's masculine plural. Therefore, arbre is also masculine plural. And as you can see, we have an S at the end of arbre to show that it's in the plural form. If the article was feminine singular, like une, therefore the noun that follows it will also be singular feminine. Une table. Same for the plural form. Table is feminine. Plural, we have the S here. The article also remains feminine plural. So the gender and number of the article will always match the noun they modify. Always. That's always the case. And in general, to obtain the plural form of any French noun, in general, you will just place an S to the noun, and you will also accordingly change its article. For example, un garçon, a boy, un garçon. How would you say boys or a few boys? How would you pluralize this singular word, un garçon? You will change first of all the article to des, which is the plural form of un, and you will put an S to garçon. I forgot the CD here. You will put an S to garçon. So des garçons, some boys, a few boys, des garçons. How would you make une fille a girl, plural? Well, you change the article une into its plural form, which is des, and then you will add an s to fille. So just like in English, we have, let's say for the word book, we have books with an s at the end. In French, un livre, so let's say a book. In French, un livre, let me write it more clearly. Un livre, which means a book, will be des, D-E-S, D-E-S, des livres. Let me write livre at the bottom. Des livres, books, some books, with an S at the end. So the general rule is that you place an S to most nouns to form the plural form, to obtain the plural form. Now there are some exceptions to pay attention to. So for words in the singular form that already end in S, X, and Z. So in French, S, X, and Z. So the words ending in those letters, 1, 2, and 3, would not show any change. So un palais, which ends in with an S, a palace, des palais, as you can see, no changes here. The thing that gives away the plural form is the article. We had to pluralize the article here from un to des. Here, choix, un choix, a choice. Choix hasn't changed because it ends with an S. So what gave away its number is the article number, des. We went from un to des. Same for un nez, a nose. How would you say noses, or a few noses, some noses? Well, des nez with no changes. We don't put an S after the Z, we don't put an S after the X, we don't put a double S. We just leave it as is. Only the articles will change, and from the articles we can tell that these are a plural. Okay, so these were the exceptions. S, X, Z, S, X, Z. These will not change from the singular to the plural. However, the articles that accompany those nouns will be changed in the plural form. Now, there are some exceptions as well, just a couple ones. Words ending in al, like un journal. Journal would become O, A-U-X, A-U-X, des journaux. Un journal, des journaux. Let me think of another one. Un bocal, or un local. Un local, un bocal, and go ahead and look these up in a dictionary if you need. Un bocal, for example, in a laboratory you can use un bocal, kind of a tube, un bocal, yeah, like a test tube or something like that. Un bocal. Now, un bocal in the plural form would be, as you can see, al is the ending. So, des bocaux. Des is the plural form of un, and we have bocaux, des bocaux. A-U-X, A-U-X for the plural form. Un château, a noun ending in A-U in French in the singular form, will have its plural in A-U-X. A-U-X, des châteaux. So keep these endings in mind if you need to transform a noun from its singular form to its plural form. Alright, so now the pronunciation, as you can see the des here, des preceding a vowel, des oranges, des habitudes, des éléments. We have the z sound, des oranges. Don't say des oranges. Well, it sounds a bit clunky. Say des oranges, make the liaison. That's how it goes. Now we have a quiz here. Please find the plural form of these nouns and post your answers in the lab. And I'll be happy to help. Merci et à très bientôt. Au revoir.